Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video of the India versus Bangladesh test series which has just started today. Today was the day one of the first test of the two match series which starts the home season for India, and finally we get to see the Indian team play after 40, I think a 40 plus day gap after the Sri Lanka tour, and it was a pretty long gap as far as we Indian cricket fans are concerned. We are not used to these long break in between series. So yeah, it's good to see the Indian team back together and playing Test cricket, which is one of the best formats for me personally, and I'm sure many of you also like the Test format as well. So yes, we have started the home season for the Test matches, and this is the first test of the five tests which will be playing by the end before the Australia tour, which consists of two tests versus Bangladesh, which is the current series which is happening, and the next three tests will be played against New Zealand. I think that series starts from October, and after that we'll be traveling to Australia for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the biggest series I think for India in this cycle. And let's hope we do our best and we can see a couple of players making their comeback into the team, namely Kohli and Rishabh Pant. Especially Rishabh Pant, after I think 600 plus days, he has made his comeback, and Kohli as well in the similar time frame, I guess, because the last Test match he played, I think I don't remember. Even for Pant, it was a year back, just before the unfortunate incident that happened to him. So yeah, good to see them back in India Test colors. And yeah, so Chennai is the host of the first Test match between India Bangladesh. And if you look at the squad for India, it is a bit surprising to say, considering the game is in Chennai, because India has gone with five specialist batters. That is the captain Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, who will open with him, Shubman Gill at number three, Kohli at number four, and KL Rahul at number five or six, basis on the situation of the game. We have gone with one keeper, one frontline keeper, that is Rishabh Pant, who will be keeping for us, and we have gone with two all-rounders who are also our only two spin options in this game, Ashwin and Jadeja, the veterans, and both of them technically this is the home ground, as everyone knows. Ashwin is from Chennai and he also played for CSK along with Jadeja, so basically that it can be considered as the home ground as well. And we have a surprising bowling attack. We have gone with three pacers in Chennai because usually do you don't associate Chennai with a pace friendly wicket. But yeah, the situation, the pitch condition demanded that we should go for three pacers, and due to which Kuldeep Yadav couldn't get the place in the team. So that is the squad for India. Uh, the pacers were sorry, not I didn't mention the pacers were Bumrah, Siraj, and Akashdeep. So if we look at today's play, it was uh, it was a pretty low roller coaster ride for the Indian fans as well as the Bangladesh cricket fans. So for the from what I see, basis on today's play, I have divided the video in three sections. The first one being the domination by Bangladesh at the start of the game, at the start of the day. The stabilization provided in the middle by the Indian batsman, and at the end, which everyone witnessed, a great partnership between Ashwin and Jadeja, which was the counter attack part. So yeah, let's go. So to start off, India unfortunately lost the toss. It was an overcast condition today at the start of play. It was very cloudy, very dim, and the the pitch surprisingly was a pace-friendly wicket because as far as what I heard from the pitch report and also from the commentators, the experts, the pitch has been prepared with red soil which is available in Mumbai. So due to which there is pace and bounce in the wicket, as I mentioned, not usually associated with the Chennai wicket. But yeah, it's good to see they have, I think, somewhat tweaked the pitch there to I think try something new. So yeah, let's see how the test match progresses. And to start off, at the toss, Bangladesh won the toss. Shanto, the captain, won the toss and put India into bat. And from what we can hear at the toss, Rohit also wanted to bowl first because there is a thinking that the pitch might get better in the third or fourth day. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah, if we see the start, then India came into bat, and it was a pretty shaky start to say because both our batsmen didn't look comfortable. And credit to the Bangladesh pacers as well. They kept pitching the ball in the correct areas and didn't give the Indian batsmen too much room or too much leeway to score the runs. And if we see the Indian innings at the start, India lost three quick wickets, mainly Rohit, Gill, and Kohli, who scored six. Rohit scored 6 runs, I think. Gill was out on a duck, and Kohli as well, I think, scored 6 runs. And yeah, I think that created a bit of a what you can say a setback for India. The start which we were obviously not expecting, and that created a bit of a doubt in the mind as well that India might be bundled out today itself, and Bangladesh might come into bat. And yeah, Jaiswal played really well. I can see he played some really good shots, and he was playing those fluent cover drives pretty well. And he was joined by Rishabh Pant after the wicket of Kohli. So after the wicket of Kohli, India were reduced to 34 for 3. That is inside 10 overs. And as I mentioned, that must have taken all the spectators on the ground as well by shock because no one was expecting that start. And as the crowd was also there with some high hope that they would see their favorite players, their Indian players bat fluently and play a dominating game. But that did not happen. It was a shaky start, as I mentioned. And yeah, Jaiswal and Pant later tried to stabilize the innings after the three quick wickets. And once again, credit to the Bangladesh pacers because they created the pressure and got those breakthroughs as well. But to my point, I can say that this might be a bit harsh, but apart from Rohit's dismissal, I can see that Kohli and Gill's dismissal was like we can say it was kind of their fault maybe, but because the ball at which Shubman Gill got out, that was a very loose delivery. To be fair, which got the edge. I think Shubman Gill might not be in the greatest of touches currently because, as we saw as well, his innings in Duleep Trophy, he got starts, but he couldn't convert as well in a couple of innings. And in a couple of innings, I think he got out on single digit scores, if I'm not wrong. So, kind of a mixed tournament there as well for him. So, I think he's not in the greatest of touches currently. And for Kohli, to be honest, he looked like that young guy who has come into the team and he just wants to hit those shots. And that again, that seven stump line got Virat Kohli's wicket. And yeah, as I mentioned later, Pant and Jaiswal tried to stabilize the innings. And by the end of the first session, India's score was 88 for 3 with Jaiswal batting on 37 and Pant batting on 33. Yeah. So we move on to the second section, that is the stabilization by the Indian batsmen. So, as we saw in the first session, Jaiswal and Pant tried to stabilize the innings after the three quick wickets which India lost inside 10 overs. And they did a pretty good job. They stitched a 62 run partnership for the fourth wicket until Pant was dismissed for 39. That was also a false shot, to be honest. He also knew that because I think he wasn't going to hit that, but at the end moment he put his bat and he just tried to cut that ball away, and that ball got the bottom edge and went to the keeper. So yeah, I think he gave his wicket away, and he also knew that. Bangladesh also got that lucky breakthrough because it was against the run of play because there was no pressure created during that time by the Bangladesh bowlers because everything was going well for India in that partnership. And yeah, an unfortunate error of judgment, you can say, or brain fade moment, you can say, from Pant. But yeah, I think Pant plays like that. He's a very instinctive player, and yeah, it was a good innings for him. 39 runs, and he looked good, to be honest. And he didn't look like he was struggling or anything. He really looked good. So with the wicket of Pant, Hassan Mahmood, their fast bowler, took the first four wickets for Bangladesh. That was Rohit, Gill, Kohli, and Pant. And India were four down inside 100 runs, I think. Yeah, with the dismissal of Pant, India were four down, and all the four wickets were taken by Hassan Mahmood. And yeah, he was really bowling well, and he was also supported by Taskin Ahmed from the other end. Nahid Rana was also bowling well, but he was staying in line. He bowled a couple of no balls as well, and he also wasn't getting the momentum like Mahmood was getting. So yeah, credit to him for getting those four wickets. So after the dismissal of Pant, Jaiswal was joined by KL Rahul, uh, and they also tried to stabilize the innings from there on and staged a good stable 48 run partnership until the dismissal of Jaiswal for 56 runs. And yeah, Jaiswal was being peppered by bouncers and everything by the Bangladeshi fast bowlers, and they also tried to play him with the angle, that across angle. And yeah, the ball which he got out, the previous ball also went to the first slip. There was an edge and went to the first slip in a similar manner. And that was just short of the fielder. But the next delivery, that ball at which Jaiswal was dismissed, so that delivery was that ball fortunately reached into his hands at a comfortable height, and he completed the catch. And yeah, India were halfway down. Half of the Indian side was down in the 42nd over there, and that also created a bit of a doubt that will India bat? Uh, will Bangladesh come to bat today itself, or will India continue with their batting till the end of the day? So that all depended on KL Rahul, but unfortunately he was also dismissed in the following over and the bowling of I think Mehdi Hassan, and that was also nothing delivery, and he just he to be fair, he scored 16 of 52 deliveries. I think the problem with KL Rahul recently has been, even in the Duleep Trophy tournament, has been that he's playing a bit over defensive. I feel. You guys comment below. What do you feel? Am I right or wrong on this? But KL Rahul looks to play recently. He's been trying to, I don't know, play a bit overly defensive in an overly defensive manner. So I think that is not working for him. And I think generally it doesn't work because you have to take those singles and everything to keep that momentum going, not feel the pressure. I think he was taking a lot of pressure onto himself, and after taking a lot of pressure, any shot you play, it is not with full confidence. So I think that was the point at which he got dismissed. And with that, India were 144 for 6 in the 43rd over. So yeah, as even the commentators were in doubt that will India be bundled out today itself, and will Bangladesh come to bat in the third session today? But yeah, at that point, anything was possible because it was a very delicate situation for India, and Bangladesh were totally dominating the game. They were dictating the speed of play as well, and yeah, to be fair, kudos to their bowlers for putting the pressure, getting those wickets, and not letting the Indian batsmen score freely. So after the dismissal of Rahul, there were two new batsmen, both all-rounders, Ashwin and Jadeja on the crease. And yeah, at that point, in the 43rd over, two new batsmen. So that is a very different situation there. And to be fair, uh, they tried to they tried to play a counter-attacking innings there. Ashwin started to just play those boundaries and took the pressure off himself, of Jadeja, of the Indian dressing room, because that style of play was needed because there was a lot of pressure being created by Bangladesh. And yeah, in that partnership, in the second session, Ashwin was playing counter attacking innings. He was playing around a strike rate of 100 in a test match, and that too Ashwin. So, and on a different Chennai pitch, not the usual spin-friendly Chennai pitch, the new Chennai pitch. And Jadeja was playing like a second fiddle to him. He was holding the other end because he had, I think, played a lot of dot balls. He was playing out the overs, and on the other side, Ashwin was scoring those boundaries, ones and twos. So they managed pretty well. And after the end of the second session, India's score was 176 for 6 in 48 overs. If we look at the session-wise stats, so that was 88 for 3 again in the second session, but this time it was 25 overs. And at the end of the session, Ashwin was on 21 and Jadeja was on 7. So now we jump onto the main part, that is the Indian counter attack, which was started in the later stages of the second session. Yes, so Ashwin and Jadeja continued their momentum from the second session, and Ashwin was just hitting those boundaries, trying to take the pressure, any pressure which Bangladesh were trying to create on India. And with that, we saw a considerable field change because Bangladesh throughout the game, for spin especially, they were always placing a short leg or silly point. But ever since Ashwin started hitting those boundaries, so the square leg was removed, the slip was removed as well at times for spin, as well as I think pacers as well. A couple of overs I saw there were no slip fielders. And looking at Ashwin, Jadeja also started to score the runs in the third session, and both of them just started hitting boundaries. They converted ones into twos, twos into threes, and yes, that was pretty good to see because two veteran players taking the initiative and doing this for the team. Yeah, that was pretty good. So eventually, Ashwin reached his 50 in 58 balls, which is coincidentally also his fastest 50 in test matches. And later on, Jadeja also scored his 50 and in 73 odd deliveries. And it was also pretty good innings. So both of them went over 50 in the session, and they were striking really well. and they were not taking any undue risks. They were playing really calculated because later in the day, the Bangladeshi bowlers started to lose their momentum. Their shoulders were also dropping, which Ashwin and Jadeja took advantage of and scored those runs, those boundaries and everything. Because after that, nothing was working for Bangladesh. Especially if you see Ashwin was playing freely, later Jadeja also started playing freely, and eventually Ashwin reached his 100, his sixth Test 100, which is also second at home. So congratulations to him, which is evidently also his fastest 100 as well. So we saw a different side of Ashwin today, a strike rate of around 190 hundreds. So yeah, pretty fast innings. Actually, if you see this kind of innings is expected from Pant or maybe Rohit, but Ashwin associated with this type of innings is really different, and yeah, really good to see this new side of Ashwin. And after seeing Ashwin reach his 100, Jadeja also started to press on the accelerator at the end of the day. And both of them, I mean, hats off, man, because India were 146 for 6 at one point, and from there, at the end of day's play, they took India to 339 for 6, which is a 195 run unbeaten partnership by them. Pretty good for India. Yeah, we can see, or we also saw that the third session was an extended session because Bangladesh were not able to complete the overs on time. The play was supposed to end at 4:30 Indian Standard Time and 4:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And during that time, I think Bangladesh was 8 to 10 overs short of the minimum 80 overs, I think, had to be bowled. So the play was extended for another, I think, half an hour or so. And yeah, that was also capitalized by Jadeja and Ashwin to score those heavy runs. So at the end of session three and also at the end of day's play, India's score was 339 for 6 in 80 overs. And the session, that was a big session. 163 runs were scored in that in 32 overs. And Ashwin is not out on 102 and Jadeja is not out on 100 on 86. So hopefully Jadeja also completes his 100 tomorrow in the first session and we pile on some more runs. I think around 450 might be enough for the first innings. But let's see if India go on to bat for a long time. If these two can bat for a long time in the first session tomorrow, so the scoreboard might be different. We might see more somewhere around 500 as well. So that would be a good score considering the start we had today. So yeah, congratulations to Ashwin on his 100, and we are waiting for Jadeja's 100 for on day two. Oof, what a roller coaster day we had today. With a shaky start to a match-winning partnership, maybe. So yeah, pretty good, pretty roller coaster day today. So apart from that, I have some stats to share on this game and also for the day. Which is this is the 195 run partnership between Jadeja and Ashwin is their best partnership for India between Ashwin and Jadeja in test matches. And this is also Ashwin's fastest 100, which is scored in 108 deliveries. Ashwin completed his 600, which is also second at home as in at Chennai. And he is also in one of the big names. big name records. So that stat being most hundreds for number eight or below position, the batting position, that is number eight or below in test matches. So Ashwin is second in that list with 400s. He's one behind Daniel Vittori, who has 500 batting at number eight or below. And also another record which Ashwin is part of is that multiple fifers and multiple test hundreds at a single venue. So Ashwin has 200s and four fifers at Chennai. So that is a pretty good stat to have at home because you know your home conditions and you know how to play there. And also, if we see the 100 before this, which Ashwin scored at Chennai, it was against England, and India was in similar position. I think I read it that India was, I think, 105 or 110 for six. And after that, Ashwin came into bat and scored 100 there. So yeah, I think we can say that Ashwin is our crisis man in test matches whenever we are under pressure. So Ashwin comes and rescues the team every time. So yeah, congratulations once again to him. And Jaddu, we are also waiting for 100. So yes, he will also be there with that sword celebration of his Jadeja tomorrow morning. So yeah, that is a much anticipated morning tomorrow. So yeah, I think that's it for this one. This was first test day one, India versus Bangladesh. And do comment below your favorite moment of the day and where do you think the match is heading. It and do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel because this helps me a lot in creating the videos in future, and this also gives me the momentum to go ahead and as I said, create the videos for you all. So yeah, I think that's it for this one, and I'll not bore you further. So yeah, and thanks for watching.